I can't think of any better way to celebrate being a board member than to see some presentations by our students. That's the best thing, right? So you guys are what makes it all worth it for us, so you better do a great job tonight, okay?
No pressure.
No pressure. Okay, so we're going to move right into our two Learning Across the District presentations, and the first one is the East Brunswick High School Female Student-Directed Vocal Group, Acapellas. Did I pronounce that correctly? Okay, thank you. Will perform, and their advisor is Mr. Adam Good.
So shut your mouth, shut your mouth. If you don't know it now, you know it, babe, yeah. Right now I'm in a state of mind. I wanna be in like all the time. No more tears, no more. I just want you to come with me. We on another mentality. Ain't got no tears or to cry. So I'm picking it up, I'm picking it up. I'm loving, I'm living, I'm picking it up. And when it's raining down, ain't got no tears or to cry. Oh yeah. I just want you to come with me. Another mentality. Ain't got no tears or to cry. So I'm picking it up, I'm picking it up. I'm loving, I'm living, I'm picking it up. Picking it up, picking it up. Yeah, we turning it up.
Oh, bravo! we allowed to say encore? That was wonderful. Really great, huh?
Mr. Good, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Another great
job,
presentation.
Great job. We also have two student officers from the International Club who will describe their activities for the year with their advisor, Mr. Troshane.
Can I just say it's kind of unfair we have to follow that?
Don't worry, because our auditor has to follow all of you, so no worries.
Would you like to have a few minutes to practice singing your presentation?
Hi, my name is Saharsh Batsy, and I'm one of the 3 presidents for our school's International Club. So International Club is essentially our school's cultural club, and what we try to do is we host events to try to portray different cultures like traditions, dances, foods, and so on. So the 2 events that we are presenting today are International Night, or actually now we changed the name this year to Clash of the Cultures, to allow for like, you'll hear about the event soon, and Collision. So what we wanted to do with these events are essentially show people what other cultures are about, and especially in today's society, I think that's essentially like it's truly important that we show like what these other cultures have to offer, just so people are more understanding and all that. So with no further ado, I'll present Clash of the Cultures first.
Hello, my name is Apurva Jain, and I'll be talking about Clash of the Cultures. So in 2 weeks, on February 1st, we're going to have an event at the high school in the cafeteria from 6 to 8:30, and it's basically an event where all the cultures, all the clubs of the school, representing Spanish countries, French countries, a few like Germany, France, just a bunch of countries throughout the school are going to come, and they're going to represent their cultures, their traditions, their food, their fashion, and all the aspects that make their culture so great to the people at our school. And everybody's going to be able to see what other unique aspects of different cultures there are to appreciate and acknowledge. So I think our biggest school event of the year is definitely Collision. Last year, about 300 people came out to support our show, and we raised thousands of dollars. And I just want to say personally, going to East Brunswick has been a really rewarding experience because of the amount of diversity in the classroom, and I think it's something that we all obviously value as a school community, and this club focuses mainly on celebrating just that, our differences. I think it's extremely important to recognize other people's differences, their cultural heritage, and it's better not to live in ignorance. So I think this kind of exposure allows us as students to see how different we are and celebrate that. And Collision is basically a dance competition where we have different music, so whether it's Bollywood or K-pop, and we give our students who are extremely talented an opportunity to compete and dance, as well as our dance team. And it's just a great time. We have, food, dance, music, all of that. So that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't know if there's any questions, but that's International Club, and we're super excited that we get to work with the school community and local organizations to make these events happen. Yeah.
Sure, absolutely.
Before you leave, just out of curiosity, how many different cultures are represented in the club? Or how many different countries? Do you know?
Yeah, German club, French club, Catholic, Italian,
Yeah, French Honor Society.
and then we got the Korean.
Yeah, we have Asian club, Coptic club.
Come back to the microphone so everyone can hear, please.
Yeah, I'll give you a wall card. Yeah. So, especially for the event that's coming up, we're actually collaborating with every honor society in our school. So every foreign language, basically, Italian Honor Society, Spanish Honor Society, German Honor Society, French Honor Society, and then we also have Coptic Club, Asian club and our Jewish club. Yeah. So got everyone involved.
Yes, I have a question for you. So knowing the culture is, of course, is very important. In future, you guys will compete with other countries, with other children at a global scale. Do your club have any activity to know what other children at your age in different countries are doing at this time, to know them better, to prepare yourself better to compete in future?
That is a good question. Now that I think about it,
That's a good
all
answer.
we
Mr.
really
Hong
do
only
is
asks
dance
good
and listen to music. So I guess now we should start like looking, because I know America's education is a lot different than kids across the globe. I know there's a lot more countries who put a lot more focus on higher education. Like I know certain European countries, their elementary kids are learning what like kids in our middle school or high school are learning. So I know that the curriculums can be a lot harder in different countries, and it's a lot more rigorous, and I definitely think that's something that we should focus on and start educating people about maybe.
I actually wrote one of my college essays about this, but particularly like the differences in international like business. So for example, like while here, like just simple stuff like just shaking your hand and like eye contact is just like what we do here. If we go to other places like Japan or like the United Arab Emirates, that's not what they do there. So something like that is just what we try to show. Like for example, I'll just give like a short brief example. So in Japan, business cards are something that are like looked upon. That's something that every person has. In the United Arab Emirates, shaking hands with people of higher authority is not something that they like look upon. And while we might find it different here, and while we may not understand it as much here, they over there they don't understand like why we shake hands, why we look at each other like specifically like what we do. So that just something that we also try to show like through our events like we said before. So these differences are huge, and understanding them will like go a long way to like making a more like powerful like future. Yeah.
There's a saying that the more you understand each other's differences, the more one realizes how alike we all are. So I really applaud what you're doing, because I think finding the commonality, finding the things that we're all alike about, is what's going to allow your generation to forge a much better future than my generation has.
Thank you. We definitely appreciate that. And I would also say just like this whole experience has been really heartwarming, because I remember last time when we had international night last year, we were all like in the cafeteria, and then Coptic Club just starts banging on the drums, and they were like, Habibi, Habibi. And it's just like they broke out and erupted into like this friendly, just, and we all kind of just started dancing. Yeah, it was amazing. And I think it really just goes to show that, cultural barriers, they can be broken down, even if it's something as simple as music, just kind of understanding and being able to celebrate with each other, and, kind of just ended up in a dance party in the cafeteria, so I'm not complaining.
Maybe that's the way we start solving problems on a global basis, banging on some drums and getting everybody to dance.
If
Not a
only it was
bad
that
idea.
simple, right?
Not a bad idea. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to take a very brief 2-minute recess.